This is unlike anything that I have ever read. No, let's not talk about it.
너 요새 너 조금 이상해졌어 자꾸만 시도 때도 없이 시무룩하고
Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Matrey and if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. आज हम एक नई लोकेशन पे है. As you can see, I am not at my home. I am at my nanny's place. But I just finished reading a very amazing book yesterday and I had to talk about it. तो मैंने सोचा यही बना लेते हैं because I don't know when I will go back, but I really want to talk about this book, recommend it to you people. I want you to read it and experience the adventure this book is. So as you all would have seen from the title of the video, it's One Last Stop by Casey Mcquiston, and this is also my first read by her, so let's get started. I'll just paste the picture of the book over here, and there are certain points that I want to cover in the review of this book to make it more structural. I don't know if structural is even a word, but yeah, to give it a structure. So it will basically be characterization, the storyline or the plot, the pacing of the book, the ending of the book, and at last overall my thoughts about it. So let's get started. So One Last Stop is basically the story of August and Jane. It's a queer romance, and this is the second time of me reading a queer romance or a book like that. The first one was Heartstopper, and if you are on BookTube or Bookstagram or anywhere, I'm sure आपने इस graphic novel के बारे में सुना है या or you have been recommended it. It's so popular. So this was my second one, and it is basically the story of August who goes into New York to start her college, and she meets Jane on the subway, and they have a meet cute kind of thing where August has spilled coffee all over her shirt. She's drenched and it is her first day of college, and she meets this really hot charismatic girl Jane, who offers her own scarf to help her cover it up. And that's when they meet for the first time, and she kind of develops a crush on Jane in the following days when she sees her every single day on the train. Now that is where the plot comes in. So if you don't know, One Last Stop also has an element of science fiction, which was also, I think, the first time that I have read any romance that has science fiction as a trope, and it was totally unexpected. I don't think that I knew that this book has science fiction as a trope. I don't really remember knowing it because जब मैंने ये book पढ़ी थी, I was like spooked out, and it's not spooky at all, but I had watched something, that kind of thing before. I was in that kind of mood, and when I was listening to it at 2 in the night, I was kind of spooked out and I could not continue when the twist came. I will not tell you what it is because मैं आपका मज़ा ख़राब नहीं करना चाहती, but I want you to find out. I think this is all that you should know before going into this book. This is everything you need to know. This is all that I knew, and I knew even less. And I enjoyed it. It's not hard to get through. You can easily delve into the writing. You can understand everything. It's beautifully written. It's very exquisite. And I don't remember reading such a beautiful book. I mean, I cannot explain it in words what this book has made me feel, because this book has made me feel so much. ऐसा जब होता है when you're reading and you can see yourself falling in love with reading all over again. I think that's everything for me. What else do you expect in a book? So that was basically the storyline. I think this is everything that you need to know before going into it. Now let's talk about characterization. So apart from August and Jane, there are many other characters and many queer characters, so that's really nice. बहुत सारे friends हैं August और जेन लाइफ के भी बहुत सारे कैरेक्टर्स हमें मिलते हैं और ऑगस्ट की लाइफ से जुड़े बहुत सारे कैरेक्टर्स हैं एंड सारे कैरेक्टर्स इतने यूनिक हैं, इतने लवेबल हैं दैट यू नो एट टाइम्स आई वॉज मोर इन लव विथ the supporting or you know the side characters than the main characters, and I think that's beautiful because you know they are not even talked about that much in detail as the main characters, but the personalities are just infectious and I absolutely loved the friendship between August and her friends. So they all live in the same apartment and that friendship was so genuine, so funny, so quirky, and you know full of enthusiasm and spontaneity and diverseness, and it was so wholesome and I absolutely fell in love with their friendship. Characterization is top notch. All the characters developed throughout the book so much and it's so satisfying to see, and I had none at all complaints regarding to it. Now let's talk about the pacing of the book. The pacing of the book is really nice. The book is over 400 pages, so it's slightly on a longer side, but still आपको कभी भी ऐसा नहीं लगेगा कि what are you reading. You will enjoy it thoroughly. It's written beautifully. You would not want it to end. कभी भी ऐसा नहीं लगेगा कि कितनी लंबी book है, because the writing flows. It flows like water. It flows like it's fluid, and it feels like you are reading poetry even when it is not poetry. You know what I mean? And I think it's beautiful जब कोई इस तरह से लिखी जाती है चीज़ें कि you feel like you are flowing with the words. I think that's beautiful. Pacing is really good. So much is happening. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ एक चीज़ के बारे में है पूरी स्टोरी. No, there are multiple faces to the story. There are multiple aspects, and I think that's amazing as well. Now let's talk about the ending. I am thoroughly satisfied with the ending. It was perfect and I loved it. I will not spoil at all telling you if it was a happy ending or a sad ending, but it was satisfying and I really enjoyed it. But I do feel that at the end, the moments where they kind of were intimate were very, I wouldn't say they felt repetitive, but kind of did feel like it. I don't know if it's just me, but I felt that way. Otherwise, I have zero problems with it. It is one of the finest books that I have ever read. But at the end, it was just like, you know, wrap it up. Now we want the end. So yeah, that's it. Otherwise, I am thoroughly satisfied with it. So overall, my thoughts are I love this book. I will recommend this book to every single one. I have written it over my Instagram that if you read just one book, let it be this book. You will understand why people love reading. And अगर ये पहली book भी है जो आप कभी भी पढ़ते हैं, you will fall in love with reading. You will fall in love with the power of words. You will fall in love with poetry, how things are written, everything. I know I'm just blabbering, but I am sure you will fall in love. It was the most wholesome book of 2021 for me, absolutely, and I am in love with Casey Mcquiston's writing. I am going to read every single word she has written, every single book she has written. I think it's just this one and Red, White and Royal Blue. I'm sorry if I am gravely mistaken, but yeah, next on my TBR is definitely Red, White and Royal Blue, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that book. Please read this book. You will fall in love with it. You will fall in love with reading. I want you to know what you feel about it, yeah. And I hope you really like it as I liked it, as I enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great time reading it. Do tell me what you think about it. I would love to know. I hope you enjoyed the review. As you can see, I highly loved it, highly recommend it. It's definitely 5 out of 5 stars. I might take 0.5 stars, no, 0.25 stars for the end that I felt, you know, that could have been wrapped up quickly. So yeah, 4.75 stars for this one. I loved it and I hope you love it too. I will see you again very soon with another video. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep reading and lots of love.